What's going on, guys? So today I'm going to teach you exactly how to create an AWS Free Tier account and actually secure it correctly as well. Now the first thing we're going to do is go straight over to the Free Tier website. So you can find this on Google, just type in AWS Free Tier. And then you just want to go and click create a free account. The key thing to remember that a free tier account is just a normal AWS account. All you're getting is access to some of the resources for 12 months for free. And when you create those resources, for example, if you create a Amazon EC2, you just need to select that as a free tier. So what you want to do is just name your account. So for me, for example, I'm just going to call it TechToby and then put in your email address. I'll just pause the screen now to put in my own personal one. Okay, so let's verify that now. And there we go, all done. And then you need to create a password for your root user account and make sure that you do save this in case anything bad happens. You will need your root account. But primarily we aren't going to be using this full time. What we'll end up doing is creating a local IAM user account. No one really uses their root user account to do daily administrative activities. It's just there in the background if problems do occur. So let's put in a password. Here we go. Then we're just going to make sure we select this for personal. And then put in all the details that you require, just as if you were buying something online. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Then the next thing you're going to want to enter is your billing details. So I'm just covering up my address there. Pretty much this is for if you go over anything that is free tier, because it is cloud, you will have to pay for it. This is just there in case you do. So make sure you always delete anything that you aren't using if you do spin up resources. Okay, the next thing is the security check. So I'm just going to confirm my identity now as well. Okay, that's my identity done. Then the next thing is to select your support plan. Obviously, if you're doing this from home for personal projects, you probably aren't going to need anything higher than basic support because you will be able to support yourself. And if anything does break, you're just going to end up deleting it anyway and trying again or Googling it. So go ahead and select the free option for basic support. And there we go, we're done. As simple as that. Let's go to the AWS Management Console. Now just make sure you select root user and then sign in with the email address that you signed up with and of course the password you created. And then congratulations, you are officially in AWS Cloud. You will get some prompts at the start to show you around if you've never used it before. I highly recommend doing that. It looks like it's put me in Stockholm to start with, so I am going to change myself to EU West 2, which is Europe London, which is my region. Okay, now we have actually successfully logged in. We actually now need to secure our account. We don't want anyone else being able to gain access to our AWS account because if it gets into the wrong hands, they could rack up a huge bill and use your AWS account to do all kinds of potential bad things. So we just want to go over to here and click security credentials. And then we just want to press assign MFA. Device name, I'm just going to call mine my phone. You can either do it with the Authenticator app, a security key, or a hardware token. I recommend just going with the Authenticator app. You can download the Google one, you can download the Microsoft one. There's plenty of ones that you can choose for MFA. Now I'm going to pause this bit because it's going to bring up a QR code and I don't want anyone stealing my code. Okay, now your root account is secure. What we're going to want to do is go straight over to IAM, create our own user account, and assign them admin privileges. So we just want to go straight over to users. Create user, username, call it whatever you want. I'm just going to call mine TechToby. You do want to provide them with AWS Management Console access just so they can actually access it. We are going to just go ahead and I want to create an IAM user. Identity Center is more for single sign-on, which you would use in industry, but we're not doing that. We're just going to be using it for personal use. Now we can actually see if we have any groups in here from default. If not, we can create one. So we are just going to want to go with an administrator. Oh, in the wrong area, administrator. If we get any matches, looks like it will provide us full administrator access. So we will go ahead with that one. Then we just want to select next, create user. And there we go, we've got our console sign-in link, our username, and our password. So if I take this link here and put that into Google, type in the username, type in the password, and there we go, I'm signed in with my IAM user account. Now the other thing we want to do is get alerts for free tier billing. So I'm going to show you how to do that, okay? So in the top right corner, you just want to click on your account name. My camera's blocking it, but you go over there, go into account. And you want to go to billing preferences down here and click edit on the alert preferences and say receive AWS free tier alerts. And that is pretty much it. We've secured the root account. We've set up billing alerts. As a challenge, if you are completely new to AWS, I want you to go in and set up MFA on the IAM user that we created. Just do it as a little challenge, as a learning exercise. See if you can secure your IAM user account with MFA as well. So one of the things I also recommend doing is just favoriting some of these services so they're easily accessible. So we'll favorite IAM, we will do EC2, we will also do S3, and the other one which you will be using the most often is VPC. Over the next coming weeks and months, I'm going to be doing a Road to Cloud Engineering series on YouTube focused on AWS, where I'm going to teach you everything about IAM, EC2, S3, and VPC. This will provide you a valuable project experience from home that you can put on your CV, and it will be delivered to you by myself, who works in the industry as a cloud engineer.